Having a full-blown meltdown on stage in front of a massive audience can be seen as weird, weak, badass, or flat-out confusing. Was the singer drunk? Did the band have a huge fight before taking the stage? Was the pressure to perform taking a huge toll mentally? There's plenty of logical reasons for a rock star meltdown on stage, even if some of them may look like or actually be the opposite of that. Extenuating circumstances doesn't excuse away the behavior, but I wanted to look at 7 wild on-stage meltdowns to see why they happened, from the weirdly uncomfortable to the surprisingly hilarious. It's 7 on Sunday. My name is John, but you already knew that. But did you know that today's episode is supported by channel members who generously give $5 a month to unlock early access to videos, exclusive polls, and more? This video isn't sponsored, so if you want to help support the channel, click the join button below to become a member today. And a reminder that I'm live right here on YouTube every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, reacting to viewer-submitted song requests. Alright, now it's time for the meltdowns. Buckle your seatbelts with the tap of the like button, and if you want to get nuts, let's get nuts!
Now you wanna get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Iron Maiden in Eggfest 05. The Eggman cometh, breaking shells all over the stage as an all-out sabotage on metal icons Iron Maiden led their frontman Bruce Dickinson to bite the hand that feeds. There was a very good reason as to why Bruce went into rage mode, and if you've never heard about the infamous Ozzfest tour of 2005, Iron Maiden's singer made an offhand comment or two about the festival namesake Ozzy Osbourne, and his wife Sharon did not like that at all.
And Bruce Dickinson each night would slag Ozzy.
Yes.
Say really disrespectful things about
Ozzy?
About Ozzy, and Ozzy's the schmuck that's paying him.
Sharon greatly exaggerated the extent of the disrespectful comments, which I do think were out of line from Bruce, but it didn't justify what she was plotting the night of August 20th, 2005, the night Ozzfest became Eggfest. First up, Iron Maiden's set was cut short, which didn't sit well with the fans or with Bruce Dickinson, who was already being pelted with eggs.
You wise asses decided that they would go down the supermarket and buy a few fucking eggs and start throwing at us down the front.
Sharon Osbourne got diabolical as she not only plotted this mutiny, she supplied the front row concert goers with eggs to pelt them with.
I got 200 Hispanic kids, loaded them with eggs, they had peanut butter. They fucking pelted the shit out of them.
How about being so petty that even after the eggs, that wasn't enough, you decide to go on and cut the power to Maiden's equipment multiple times because jealousy? Iron Maiden were absolute champs about the situation and had every right to go for the throat, fueling their internal fire to put on a killer show that night despite the chaos. Courtney Love and the widow's photo. Courtney Love seemingly had it all. Frontwoman of platinum rock band Hole, a relationship and child with Nirvana's Kurt Cobain, but drugs continued to change everything in the rocker's life. And as the decades passed by, her reputation as impossibly problematic grew to titanic proportions. It all culminated in an egregious meltdown at a stop in Brazil during the Hole reunion tour in 2011. A fan held up an innocuous photo of her late husband, leading to this unhinged response.
You know, I don't need to see a picture of Kurt, asshole. And I'm gonna have you fucking removed if you keep throwing that up. I'm not Kurt. I have to live with this fucking shit and his ghost and his kid every day. Throwing that up is stupid and rude, and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you do it again.
She refers to her own flesh and blood as still living with his kid, as if Frances Bean Cobain is this immense burden she's been forced to carry. Mother of the Year award right there. Then her flight or fight doubles down by threatening physical violence against a fan because of a photo of Kurt. Was it borderline disrespectful? Yeah, but in no way did it merit what went down.
Go see the fucking Foo Fighters and do that shit. Great, we'll leave now. Fuck you.
Courtney's long-standing feud with rock and roll nice guy Dave Grohl is comical and sad. Her depraved attempts to defame Dave and paint him as this evil mastermind that was awful to Kurt has no basis in reality, and to literally leave a show over one person holding up a photo? I don't even have words for how dumb that is. Billy Joel, the piano man, flips out in Moscow. The Piano Man's bridge to Russia was a big deal for international artists, as it marked the first time a Western artist performed a full stage production behind the rapidly crumbling Iron Curtain. The USSR instilled fear in the hearts of their citizens, so while what I'm about to play might look or sound crazy, I promise Billy Joel was more than justified in his anger.
I'm gonna take control, get a hold of my emotions. Stop fighting the audience. Why does it always seem to hit me in the middle of the night? Stop it! Told me there's a number I can always dial. Let me do my show, for Christ's sake!
He's yelling to stop lighting up the crowd because anytime the lights were on, fans stopped dancing and froze like deer in the headlights out of fear of doing something wrong or unlawful. This continued on until Joel's frustration reached a fever pitch, resulting in one of the most heavy metal moments you will ever witness at a pop show. Holy shit, Billy, burn the house down! His unswaying defense of his fans was and is admirable, and later he said that people go to concerts to have fun anonymously without the fear of dancing in the spotlight, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. The Vines Late Night Meltdown. Australian band The Vines were overhyped to the point of it working against them. Some critics called them the next Nirvana, but around the time of their now infamous David Letterman performance in 2002, the praise quickly evaporated.
Gonna get free, I wanna get free, I wanna get free, right into the sun.
A rendition of their hit song Get Free begins as you'd expect, if not slightly off-kilter, but how it started is nothing close to the what the fuckery of where it ends. Something is clearly not right with singer-guitarist Craig Nicholls. He's playing in his own time signature, if you can even call it that, wailing into the mic in the middle of some sort of sleep-deprived meltdown. Drummer Hamish Rosser told Mixdown in 2021 that the Vines were forced to play the same song over and over without leaving the set for 10 hours. That explains the lack of sanity and control their frontman felt, causing him to lash out on set, knowing that directly after this long day for just a 2-minute ripper on Letterman, they'd be headed straight to the UK to perform at Reading and Leeds.
You know what? I think they're troubled teens. I
hope they're not neglecting their studies.
Wes Scantlin and the House Thief. Puddle of Mudd frontman Wes Scantlin is the scab of the rock scene. Every time you think it's healed, he rips it off and bleeds everywhere to start the process all over again.
Keep on, stay with you!
My favorite Wes rant happened in early 2016 at a small venue in Ohio. The clearly inebriated frontman goes completely off his rocker to accuse a random man in the audience of stealing his home.
Are you the motherfucker that did that, man? Are you the motherfucker that told me that I can't get in my own fucking home? You stole my fucking house?
I'm doing you a favor by cutting out several minutes worth of awkward silence where Wes's bandmates do the same song and dance they know all too well, the one where they sluggishly play a note here or there while their glorious frontman trips and falls over himself.
Right, get his ass on camera. Get his ass on camera. This is the dog right here. This is the motherfucker right here. This guy stole my fucking house.
Wes Scantlin has proved how awful of a person he is with or without the drugs, lashing out at a lighting crew for no good reason, constantly cutting sets short and screwing over fans, and naturally accusing some rando of stealing his home while wasted out of his mind.
Alright, look, I'm gonna cut this set short.
Cutting the set short did everyone a favor and is not the threat you think it is, and the irony of him stumbling off stage while the 3 Days Grace lyric, "If you can't stand," rings out, the irony is not lost on me. Axl Rose and the St. Louis photo riot. Depending on who you ask, Axl Rose is known more for his unhinged lunacy at live shows rather than you know, the actual music. It was hard to pick just one incident to cover for Guns N' Roses because there have been many, but I went with the stage diving Axl in 1991, as it not only saw the piping hot frontman fight a fan, it started a full-blown riot in Missouri.
Hey, take that! Take that! Now, hit that guy and take that! I'll take it, goddammit!
Axl no likey the guy taking pictures in the front row, so when security didn't respond in the, 3 seconds he gave them, he promptly flew off the stage in one of the most graceful swan dives I've ever seen from a non-Olympic swimmer, as he greeted the fan with a gnarly right hook before taking the camera.
Well, thanks to the lame-ass security, I'm going home.
This happened during Rocket Queen, and fans were pissed. Their appetite for destruction overflowed into a full-blown riot that lasted more than 3 hours, with dozens injured and even more arrested. Axl later claimed that the band made multiple requests for security to remove the cameras, which they obviously didn't do, so he took matters into his own hands and was eventually arrested for inciting the riot. The charges didn't stick, but the damage to St. Louis did. Guns N' Roses were subsequently banned from playing there for decades, finally returning to the city in 2017 as the ban was finally lifted. Billie Joe Armstrong's One Hot Minute at iHeartRadio. You saw this one coming from a mile away, but we have to talk about Billie Joe Armstrong's meltdown at the 2012 iHeartRadio Festival. Legendary punk band Green Day were told they had a certain amount of time to play their set, yet in the middle of the set, the clock kept winding down faster and faster, which sent their frontman into a rant for the ages.
Jesus Christ, we've got 4 fucking minutes left? The fuck am I gonna do with 4 fucking minutes?
According to Billie Joe, he wasn't just drunk, he was blackout drunk for that rant that's about to happen on stage. Everything that went down, he doesn't remember a word of it, as he sobered up after and asked his wife what was going on, and she said, "It's bad."
Fuck this shit. I'm gonna play a fucking new song. Fuck this shit.
Outraged adrenaline flowed through him like lava from a volcano as he suddenly cut off their performance of Basket Case as the clock now read 1 minute left.
1 minute left. 1 minute fucking left. You're gonna give me fucking 1 minute? Let me tell you something. I've been around since fucking 1980 fucking 8. And you're gonna give me 1 fucking minute? You gotta be fucking kidding me!
It's kind of hard to watch knowing that this was at the height of his problem, so while on one hand it's sad, it's also fitting for the scummy situation, ballsy, as well as being one of the biggest badass moments in modern punk history.
Let me show you what 1 fucking minute fucking means.
Notice how Mike Dirnt almost immediately joins in? Smashing a bass is not easy, but that's a true friend right there.
1 minute. God fucking love you all. We'll be back.
Let me tell you, watching hours worth of Rockstar meltdowns makes me want to melt down. So maybe hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new in town. You can check out my video on the worst Rockstar vocalists above me, and follow me on Instagram at ARTVJohn for more.